Welcome back, trainers. So I'm going to start the intros. We're trying to start them off a little bit softer so I don't blast out your eardrums. And now we'll raise our voice a little bit higher and get into it. We're going to be taking a look at a completely Shadow team here. The only one that's going to be XL is going to be the Shadow Nidoqueen. I know you enjoy those non-XL teams, but I just had to test this one out here, and it was a lot of fun. Found some success with it. At this point in Go Battle League, I am here to win, but you know, the state. So we're just going to have a little fun here. We're going to be using it alongside Shadow Dragonite and Shadow Lapras. Found some pretty good coverage within this team here. Had some other shadows that I wanted to power up for this, but I just decided to go with what I had here. On the Dragonite, if you're wondering, why am I going with Dragon Tail and not Dragon Breath? Is Dragon Tail better now? Not necessarily, but on the Shadow Dragonite, Dragon Tail is doing an extreme amount of damage. And I just want to have fun with it, test it out so you can see it as well. Maybe you're like, oh, this Dragon Tail is looking pretty good. I'm going to test this out myself. I've been using Dragon Breath all this time. If I continue with Dragon Breath, you'll continue to see the outcome of that one. I mean, so let's go ahead and shift it. Anyways, Lapras is going to have Skull Bash instead of Ice Beam because I just want it that way, right? Let's go ahead and see what it can do. And of course, Surf and then the Ice Shards. So throughout this video, we're going to have a few examples as to why you don't want to get greedy and try to farm down your opponent if you're not 100% confident in doing so, and in the process losing energy and potentially, more than likely, losing the game because of that greed that you got. It could have just been a miscalculation. It doesn't have to be greed. Honestly, I think it is a bit of a miscalculation, but let's see. Let's go ahead and get into the commentary starting right about now. We're going to be leading with Shadow Nidoqueen the entire time. We're met with a Politoed, and this is an absolute horrible matchup, so we're going to time it perfectly. Throw in that Lapras to catch the Surf here. Our Nidoqueen retreating with energy, and our Lapras now starting to build up. They're going to be going into their Alolan Ninetales with Powdered Snow, and this is great. We're resisting that. More than likely, they're going to be going Dazzling Gleam. There it is, doing a lot of damage here. We're building up to Skull Bash, but we're not going to throw that because more than likely we're going to get a shield, and there it is. We could have raised our defense, but it's better to save that energy right now. I figured this was going to be a Weather Ball at this point because, well, there's no way in heck they're getting to another Dazzling Gleam. We are making it to another Skull Bash, though, and we're going to go ahead and throw that, raise our defense, and almost take out that Alolan Ninetales, but unfortunately we came a little short here. So we're going to go ahead and let it take us down as much as I maybe should have shielded that up to gain swap advantage. But what we're going to do is go ahead and throw in the Nidoqueen here, and they're going to be bringing back their Politoed. We're going to go straight Earth Power, make them think that we're going for the Poison Fang, but in fact, we're going for the hard-hitting move, swap into our Dragonite. We took out their potential counter to a Dragon. The Alolan Ninetales are going into their Talonflame, and this is looking just perfect. All we're going to have to do is shield this up. I didn't care if it was a Brave Bird or not. I figured they were going to be baiting us out with both of our moves here, or both of their charge moves. So we're just going to go ahead and shield, farm down, and now we're going to be able to take the win here with the Dragonite up against the Politoed. And shieldless, farming down. As you can see, Shadow Dragonite's Dragon Tail damage is just kind of ridiculous with that stab. Alright, into the next battle here, we're met with an Escavalier. Now, it's going to have Drill Run, which is super effective. Shadow Nidoqueen is not going to really appreciate that being Poison and Shadow, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up. And they're going to be swapping into a Crobat here. We're going to go ahead and throw the Earth Power and see if we can get this through. Great. They are flying, but it is also Poison doing some decent damage. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Lapras here. Letting this go through. It is a Poison Fang. Going to go ahead and lower that defense on us. Now, I didn't want to get a CMP here. That's the reason why I didn't hit any of those bubbles, so I can farm the rest of the health down on the Crobat, expecting another Poison Fang, which is going to do a little bit more damage because of our lowered defense. But they hit no bubbles. I don't know. They're trying to mimic what we were doing here. But yeah, maybe you want to hit the bubbles there. So, or they were trying to come in here with the Escavalier to farm. That is another option. That's probably exactly what they were doing. So, very nice. Well done. They have 2 shields left. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Dragonite. Resisted damage from the steel type over there, but it doesn't matter. We're Shadow Dragonite with Dragon Tail, still doing a ton of damage. And they're bringing in the Kingdra. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Nidoqueen. Got all these kings and queens out here, so we're just going to go for the Poison Fang. They're letting it go through, really holding on to those shields there, which is perfectly fine. We're going to shield up this Octazooka here, and it doesn't matter if they have 2 shields. I think we're going to be looking pretty good. As much as I wanted to farm down, don't think we were going to be able to make that. So we're going to go ahead and shield this up. And so close. Let's see what it's going to be. Taking them out, but this is not going to be a win, unfortunately. Looked like we could have maybe won this, but they were smart to Remember, we were like, oh, they didn't hit all the bubbles mimicking us. No, no. They were trying to get farm on that Excadrill. Why do I keep calling it that? Escavalier. Okay, so well done. Into the next battle, we're met with a Dragonite normal with Dragon Breath. And this is a comfortable matchup for Nidoqueen, believe it or not. It doesn't matter if we're ground type. That Shadow Poison Fang is ridiculous. They're going to be swapping into their Escavalier. Yet again, it's coming back for some more action up against our team here. Letting that Aerial Ace go through, that's typically not doing too much damage to Pokemon unless it's super effective. But boy, oh boy, it sure does a lot to the Shadow Dragonite over here. And that counter is slowly but surely digging in. So I think we may want to shield this up and farm down. Let's see if we can make it. Come on, don't get greedy. All right, we were able to do it. Fantastic. And we are down a shield, but this is certainly going to get shields from them unless they have a fairy type in the back. They're coming back in with Dragonite. Can we get to another Dragon Claw? Oh, unfortunately not, but that's okay. We got a shield out of them. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Lapras with super effective quick move damage, but they have an Empoleon, which can also be troublesome to the team. If you're thinking, yeah, what about Empoleon? You're going to get walled by that thing with this team. Yes and no. Now, here's a trick. If we are able to land a Poison Fang on the Empoleon, or maybe even a couple, then we're lowering the defense. Dragonite's not very effective to it, but Shadow Dragon Tail Stab is still going to do a lot. You're going to see here in a minute, if we get an Earth Power off, if we can get a Skull Bash through, it's not going to completely wall us, but it certainly is going to be good up against our team. There's no doubt about that. So they're going to be swapping into their Dragonite and making us waste their energy. Well done. Bringing in our Nidoqueen here, and it's going to be very close. The quick move damage is really going to start adding up. Super effective. Surf does a lot. We're lowering the defense, folks. How is this going to end here? You probably can already predict it, but it is very close. We're getting to another Poison Fang, and this is going to do it. Not very effective, but still enough to take out that Empoleon, and there you have it. Still winning up against one. And what if it's in the lead? We'll have a few examples here. For the next battle, we're met with a Surfetched, and this is a perfectly great battle for me. Unless it's Brave Bird, but that was far too quick to be one. We're going to go ahead and let that go through. Just a Night Slash, no problem at all, and no attack buff, so we're looking just great here. Surfetched is a pretty squishy Pokemon, but it really does dish out a lot of damage. We're able to farm down before they get to another charge move, which was incredible. I swear I thought they were going to get to another one. Sounds good to me. They're bringing in Empoleon. Now here is that example I was talking about. They're fearing Earth Power here, which is going to do a lot of damage, so they're shielding up. We're able to get to another one. Now, if they're counting, they would know, but, you know, it's difficult, so they're letting it go. Nice call. Very good. And they're swapping into their Exeggutor to remove the debuff on the Empoleon, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our Lapras after doing quite a bit of damage and almost taking out that Exeggutor with our Dragonite and building up a bunch of energy. Lapras quick moving it down and has a Surf ready to go. This is not very effective, but it does start to add up against the Empoleon here, as you can see. And their quick move is also not very effective, but at this point it looks like they can farm us down. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to be trying to do to us here. And we're getting another one through. And I'm thinking, well, if they didn't shield this up, that's fine, because there's no way they can get to 3 Drill Pecks or 3 Hydro Cannons. That's not going to happen. So simply going to shield this one up. It is a Drill Peck, expecting another one right back to this. And then we should be able to just simply, should quick move them down here. Oh, we're going to get to the Dragon Claw. Sounds good. And this is going to be able to KO the Empoleon. So if you're looking for a good Shadow team, this was pretty fun if you do have those XL candies for the Nidoqueen. Now, if you want to use the Dragonite and the Lapras, what can you replace for Nidoqueen? There's a few different poison types out there that you can use. I mean, you can use Quillfish. You can maybe even try Nidoking. I mean, you don't get the Poison Fang, but you still have the Poison Jab and Earth Power. But all kinds of poisons were just recently buffed, so you have plenty of options to choose from. So they are going straight Earthquake. Man, I figured as much, but unfortunately we let it go through. And now we're stuck here farming down a Galarian Stunfisk XL with our Lapras here. They're going to be bringing in a Machamp, which is not something a Lapras necessarily wants to see. So we're going to go ahead and get these off here to do as much damage or get some shields out of them. And then swap into our Dragonite, and they have a Pelipper in the back. This is freaking awesome. Now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but I think we'll be okay. So they have no more shields left. The Dragon Tail, ridiculous damage. The quick move on the Pelipper is starting to add up onto the Shadow Dragonite. We shielded up that Weather Ball because, well, we needed to. Look at how low we're getting. Yeah, it's not very effective, but it still does a decent amount of damage. Machamp's going to be entering into the battle. We're going to go ahead and throw the Dragon Claw here and take the win with our Shadow Dragonite at the end. Looking good. Let's keep it moving, folks. Let's keep it going. If you do enjoy my videos, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on. And this lead is just absolutely beautiful, because we're going to be resisting both the fighting and the rock move if they do have that. If they have payback, well, that's another story. But they're going to be retreating with energy and bringing in that Snorlax. We're going to go ahead and lower its defense. I'm thinking, well, we have Dragonite to go up against the Machamp, so we're going to go ahead and just throw that energy and then swap into our Lapras here, because I'd rather have this matchup with a superpower up against a Shadow Machamp. So they're going for the superpower, doing some big damage here. I don't want to hit all these bubbles because I want to farm it down. I'm hoping I can. Unfortunately, they're able to get to a charge move, and I'm thinking, dang it, but they go body slam, we survive and take them out, and that's all I needed. As a matter of fact, this is just too perfect, because now the Machamp can't farm us. So in comes the Machamp, one little counter, no problem. They're instantly swapping into their Empoleon. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and throw the Poison Fang to lower the defense and go in here and do exactly what we're talking about. Look at that damage with Dragon Tail onto that Empoleon Steel type. That is a pretty tanky Pokemon, but we're still chunking away with Dragon Tail. Look at that. Not very effective. Are you sure that's not super effective? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw here. Getting a shield out of them. And I don't remember if I shield this or not. I think you're going to let it go through. Okay, good call. Farm down. This is where we get greedy. Yep, there you go. We had a Dragon Claw and a half. Could have won this. But you know, you make mistakes. It is what it is. Or are we going to? I don't know. No, we are. No, we're definitely going to lose this. So we'll throw this here. They'll shield it up. And they have another cross chop, which is going to be enough to take us out here. Yeah, sometimes you get a little greedy. Or in my situation, I suppose I was just thinking I was going to take them out before they farmed us down as well. Hey, it is what it is. We have another Machamp lead, and let's try this again. All right, great lead. Let's not screw this up this time. If they want to catch the Poison Fang with anything, we've discussed this before for the Great League, that's fine. I mean, they're locking their Pokemon in there with a debuff. Even if it's a Steel type, I don't care, not very effective. We'll bring in something to start handling it, like we've seen with the Dragonite up against Empoleon. So they're bringing in a Venusaur. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Dragonite here and handle this situation. A Sludge Bomb is going to do damage, but we don't need to worry about it. We're going to go ahead and let it go through and hold on to our shields, seeing that the Dragonite has pretty much done its job by taking out a single Pokemon here. And not only that, but getting off a charge move onto the Machamp, which is going to pull a shield here. Or not, never mind. Hey, oh, they think they're going to win with their Fairy in the back. Sounds good to me. So what we're going to do is soften up this Clefable with our Nidoqueen, with some poison jabs and some poison fangs. You know the drill. All right, so the Lapras is certainly going to be able to tank these charms, no problem at all. And we are bringing this thing extremely low with 2 debuffs on the defense. Now I think it's time with 2 shields left on the Lapras. We're looking perfectly fine. So we're just going to farm this thing down. And at this point, they're going to go ahead and back out. We take the win. All right, this team is looking good. All right, bad lead, good lead. We can still work around it. And speaking of good leads, this is a decent lead. Absolutely. The counter is not very effective, but the Night Slash is going to be hurting us quite significantly. And especially if they get the boost, then we have to worry about, obviously, more damage. All right, so we're throwing the Poison Fang, of course, so we can just continue on here and potentially come out of this battle even with energy. But they're going to be swapping to lock themselves in with a Crobat. Not very effective. There you go. This is exactly what we're talking about. We're going to go ahead and swap into that Lapras here and go for the Surf immediately here. I figure they're going to come back in here with the Obstagoon, let this go, of course, and then farm us up with the counter. Well, it looks like they're going to throw the Cross Chop potentially. Let's see. And there it is. Cross Chop doing some nice damage there. Super effective onto the Shadow Ice type. Going to go for another Surf. This is also going to do some big damage. Taking them out. What do they have in the back? A Nidoqueen themselves. We're getting to another Surf, and this was big. Not necessary to win this, but we still have a whole Dragonite back here that is dying to see this thing. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Nidoqueen, but there's a little twist to this battle, what this trainer does to me, and I have to commend them. Wow. It took me by surprise. I was sitting over here with 2 shields laughing. I wasn't laughing, but I was smiling. So check it out. We bring in our Dragonite. I'm like, ha, Earth Power, I don't need to shield it. I can flex on you. Stone Edge to the face. Take that, Poke. Who's laughing now, sucker? And at this point, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, no. No, 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 come on, no, did I just give them the battle? Probably something along those like lines, right? And, yeah, I mean, look, let's see what happens here. So they're shieldless. I'm not getting to an Earth Power. Another Poison Fang should do it, but I'm thinking, wow, are they going to be able to quick move us down first? No. Ooh, that was a close, really close one. Caught me off surprise with that Stone Edge. Very nice. And now I'm contemplating switching over myself. Although you'll get walled by Steel types. Or Ground types. Anyways, into the next battle here, we're met with an Umbreon. XL. And, you know, we're just going to go ahead and stay in here. Because if we swap, we're going to be in trouble with a counter or something like that. More than likely, they have something like a Charm User in the back. So I feel like I maybe want to keep this Nidoqueen alive to some degree. So at one point, we're going to probably shield a retreat. Let's see if I call that correctly. I think we're getting a little low now to go up against a Charm User. Although we still do have quite a bit of energy. Throwing the first one and swapping into Lapras. Okay, yeah, good. We don't want to throw up all that energy right now. The only thing that Nidoqueen would be good for is helping them farm us down if we don't have energy left over. So we're doing some great damage here. They do have Dragon Breath, which is fine. We're going to shield this up, expecting a Blast Burn because, yeah, that was way too much energy gain for a Dragon Claw when they're about to go down. So bringing back in the Umbreon, contemplating going for the Skull Bash, but we're going to go ahead and just throw the Surf here, and they're letting it go through. We are going to be able to survive this, so Lapras has done what it needs to do for us. Took down the Charizard. Fantastic. But we're going to retreat with energy here into the Dragonite. Don't know what 100% compelled me to do this, but let's see if it pays off. They have a Muck in the back. And again, Dragon Tail, Shadow Damage, Stab is absolutely incredible. They're letting the Dragon Claw go through, which I found surprising. And I think we're going to shield this up because we see the trajectory of the damage that we're doing. Now, yes, they're going to be able to take us out with the Muck. They have a bunch of energy, but we're getting their last shield, and that's what we really needed to do here. Our Lapras has energy. Our Nidoqueen is low. Both of them are low, so we're just going to go ahead and throw this in here. It's going to be a throw in and throw the charge move instantly, kind of a ending here. And bringing in the Nidoqueen and throwing in some more energy here. Let's go. This is going to take out the Umbreon. And we take the win. All right, looking good. Having fun with this team here for sure. Season 8 in Go Battle League. Because of all the things going on with this game, it's nice to not take this seriously. It's like, you know, I don't care about the pose and all that, the prizes for this season. And even though I'm playing on the older version, you know, Go Battle League isn't so bad for me right now. There's some, you know, bits of lag here and there. It's not the worst, but I know for a lot of other people who have completely updated it and don't like to go onto random sites to download a, you know, random APK. I don't blame you. I mean, it's not the way, you know, you're used to doing it. And who knows where the heck that thing's coming from, although there are safe sites, but I'm not mentioning any here. As far as Apple phones, iOS, don't you guys get limited on what you can do and you can't just go off and download random things on sites? As far as I remember, that's how it went. But yeah, so that's going on here. So it's unfortunate. It's weird that they haven't acknowledged it as of today, the 22nd, sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But anyways, let's see what we have going up against the Empoleon here. These battles are, you know, comfortable to some degree, depending upon what I have in the back and depending upon what I know they have and energy that they have built up in shield situations. Currently for this one, I think it's looking pretty good here. The Drill Peck is going to, you know, do some damage. But at the same time, we put on a kind of equal pressure to them, even though we're hitting them with not very effective. Drill Peck isn't the best move around. Hitting us with a Hydro Cannon here, and that actually still does decent damage. So if you're thinking, why are they going Hydro Cannon? It doesn't matter. You know, Drill Peck, Hydro Cannon, it doesn't really matter. So we're swapping into the Nidoqueen to hopefully catch a Drill Peck. Well, it doesn't matter. How many times will I say that in the 1 minute span? So they're taking us out. They're taking us out. In comes the Lapras, and oh my goodness, let's go. All right, we're taking the win. We gotta do a few sacrifices here, but we're able to pull it off. Sorry, Dragonite. Sorry, Nidoqueen. You helped us out. On to the next opponent here. We're met with a Venusaur, and this is okay. It's okay. It's not the best. Frenzy Plant is just a disgusting move. We already know that. With the Vine Whip, it's just making it that much more deadly. So I think we will be shielding this up, and I want to kind of catch, or they're going to swap. Juicy. Okay, so we're staying right where we're at. No need to go anywhere, unless we swap into Dragonite here in a minute. No, we want them to throw energy, if anything. Or technically, if anything, we want to just finish them off. So they're going Cross Chop here. If they use the shield, then that's when we swap. Okay, they're letting it go. Fantastic. No problem at all. Now the Lapras doesn't have to worry about that Machamp, which would have done a lot of damage. And they're coming back in here, or bringing in an Empoleon. What's the play? Lapras or Dragonite? I think, yeah, just go Lapras here. We want to build up to Skull Bash. If they use their last shield, that's perfectly fine. And if they don't, hey, doesn't matter. We're still going to get that defense boost and as well as connecting some decent damage to that Empoleon. We're going to go ahead and let this one go through as well. Another Drill Peck here. And now we're going to go ahead and hit that Skull Bash. Unfortunately, we're not able to hit that before they threw those charge moves. And yeah, they're trying to farm us down. This is not necessarily great. But at the same time, we do have a Dragonite, which is resisting water. Although it is Shadow, we're going to have to swap here because we don't want them to farm that much more. Going to go ahead and let this first one go through. It is a Drill Peck. And the race is off. Let's go. Do I get too greedy here? Well, I don't know. Let's go ahead and shield this up and see. I think we'll be perfectly fine. And they're swapping into that Venusaur. Oh, yeah. We're going to be able to maybe take them out. Come on. Tell me this is enough. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Dragonite able to finish it off for us. Let's go. That Shadow Dragon Tail is awesome. Have a little fun with it if you haven't used it. If you do use that Shadow Dragonite or Dragonite in general. Swampert lead, how is that? Actually, it's not bad at all because of the Lapras and Dragonite are both going to be able to counter it, so it's not like a completely wall to my team. They're swapping into a Granbull over here with Snarl, which can be pretty deadly as well because it can charge up fast for Crunch and or close combat. They do just go for the Crunches here. I don't know if they had like, Play Rough is what Granbull has too, right? Maybe just have one move, but I highly doubt that. Maybe they just didn't want to lower their defense. Going for another Crunch. Maybe they're just trying to get shields. They see I'm a Shadow here. Now, at this point, yeah, they don't need to go for it. Just another Crunch, right? So we are going to shield them. And then go for the Surf. Unfortunately, I would have loved to hit that before they did that. But shield is going to have to be expended. Now, why keep the Lapras alive? Because I want to win Swap. And they've used both of their shields. And this is exactly why. If we would have went in with Dragonite, then it's going to be all locked up. And we would have just lost if I didn't win that lead there. So now we're locked up against the Swampert, and we win, right? Can't say that with 100% certainty, but let's see where this takes us here. Hitting us with another Hydro, barely surviving, which is just perfect. Not that the Clefable was going to get some sort of super farm on us or anything with the Dragonite over here being Shadow, but we're in a comfortable position, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and go in here with the Nidoqueen, and we see where this is going. We're going to win this, but they're a good sport. They stay in here till the very end. Yeah, nice. Nice. Not a lot of people can take that, what they're seeing, getting farmed down, and I will admit I do it too. Like, this is a loss. I'll just back out. Anyways, next battle, we're met with a Nido... My goodness, I'm sorry, folks. Nidoqueen, Nidoking, Kingdra, and all the... Yeah, so we're met with a Kingdra, right. And we're going to go ahead and shield this and hope we don't get the debuff. It's awesome. We haven't really been getting them lately. Don't know what's going on. Just... different odds, I suppose. They're swapping into their Empoleon, and yes, I know this is not very effective, but we already know the drill. We want to get the shields and lower the defense so that we can bring in the Dragonite and just take over the situation here with that Dragon Tail. That's not very effective. That's just eating away at that Empoleon. Absolutely incredible here. Getting off our Dragon Claw. Look at that damage. Gotta love this. We're going to be able to farm down. We're not shielding a thing up. We're going to save that shield. All right. See, what did I say? Oh, this... Are we going to save the shield? Okay, yeah, we are. This thing was able to still take us out. As you can see here, like we said, Hydro Cannon's still hurting us. It doesn't really matter. Up against the Lapras, it's still doing a lot of damage, especially the Shadow too. It's a regular Lapras, different story. We're farming down all the way on that Kingdra. They're coming back in here with the Venusaur. Now we're going to go ahead and hit that Skull Bash and almost take the win. We've got a few more quick moves to do here. And there you go. Taking the win. Looking good. Got about 2 more battles, maybe 3 more battles for you here. And that's going to be about it. Alrighty, for the next one, we're met with an Obstagoon. We've seen this before, and this is fantastic. As long as the Lapras doesn't get matched up with it, we're looking pretty good here. Going to go ahead and go for the Poison Fang. No need to go for the Earth Power, to be honest with you. We want to just kind of accumulate this defense debuff a couple of times here so that we can just farm them down towards the end. Even if they want to use a shield here. Alright, letting it go through, even better. Now, there's no way this is any sort of Hyper Beam, so we're going to go ahead and let it go through. They didn't get any sort of boost as well, so we're winning this matchup with no shields used and energy, bringing in a Alolan Ninetales to finish off what they would have been weak to, which is smart, but we're able to do a ton of damage before we do go down. And yeah, we're going to bring in the Lapras, but we swap into the Dragonite because we don't want to be matched up with the Alolan Ninetales. They're going straight Brave Bird, and now I'm thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. Jeez, what's up this, man? Getting hit by the Stone Edge and now the Brave Bird. Poor Dragonite. Nah, the thing's fine. He's doing all right. So we're going to just shield this up. Yeah, I don't care if it's a Flame Charge or a Brave Bird. We just want to take them out because we know the matchup up against the Ninetales. Yep, exactly. They know that's a loss for them, and we're taking the win. Alrighty, let's keep it moving here. Do believe this is our last battle. And it's a Talonflame. It's coming back for that revenge. These Pokemon, got that revenge in their blood, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Poison Fang here. This is actually a decent matchup for us, as a matter of fact. Nidoqueen is just OP. It's simple as that, right? It is very good. That is for sure. And it's much needed because Charm users were ridiculous. I don't really see them around too much. They're there for sure, but not like before because they are threatened, which is something that they needed to be threatened with. It's about time. Okay, they're going for another Flame Charge. They're vamped up. They're swapping into their own Lapras. Okay, very interesting. We're going to go ahead and lower that defense. Obviously, we're not going to be bringing in no Dragonite. Probably bring in our own Lapras here. Yep, except ours is Shadow. And now they have the debuff as well. So they're taking... Oh, yep, expecting that Skull Bash. Figured as much. They have one shield left. I'm thinking, all right, if you want to use your last shield, that's great. They're letting it go through. Okay. So now we both have the defense buff. Very interesting. Got a little greedy here, but we want to farm down. The Skull Bash is not going to take us out. Incredible. And we're able to still get off this surf here. If I'm able to get to one more, there's no way. If I do, okay, I was going to say that would have been wow. And they have a Venusaur in the back. Cute. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Nidoqueen and go for that Poison Fang here. Lower the defense and just get it primed for the Dragonite. Get it nice and ready. But we need to swap now because if we stay in there too long, they're going to gain a little bit too much farm and hit us with a couple of Sludge Bombs, and we don't really want to see that. And there goes the first one. That's fine, letting it go through. I don't know. I don't know, folks. A little close here, going in here. We had a Dragon Claw. Wow, we're still able to pull it off. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
If there's any thought that I think of me for a little support at a time of need, it'll be enough. Not a chance. Johnny hates town, can't see or hear. Kill communication, stepping off the grid just to let me know. Too many got my time. Being here before, lovers winter freeze, summer's burn, shut down on the sneeze. Take what you learn, what's me. After half a week, it'll be enough. Not a chance.